What's going on, everybody? It's Grant here, and this will probably be like a little bit of a shorter video. I'm just trying to get more content out there for you guys and experiment and just keep producing. But I thought I would tell you about this dream I just had recently during my last night's sleep. I just woke up from a dream, and I've been going through this like on and off relationship, this sort of thing I've been dealing with for a long time with this chick, and I don't know. It's been the same girl for a while, but it's gotten worse. And I don't know. I kind of think I'm maybe in the final stages of like being done with this woman and kind of letting things go. And it's been a little tough, but yeah, I've been going through this breakup, and it's taught me a lot. Honestly, it's taught me quite a bit. And one of the things that kind of keeps happening is this thing that you've probably experienced where if you've ever gone through something like this, if you've ever gone through like a bad breakup or just something painful or like a painful life circumstance, right? There's this thing that happens where you go to sleep at night and you get this reprieve, right? Maybe you've experienced this if you've dealt with this kind of shit. But yeah, I go to sleep and I kind of be able to just forget about the situation completely, and I would get some solace and some relief. And what would happen is I would fall asleep and I'd enjoy myself, and I'd wake up the next day and I would immediately kind of like I'd feel myself coming back to consciousness, and I would like grab on to these thoughts again. I would be like, oh, here we are, like I'm me, and this is stuff that's happening in my life, and I got to deal with this, and I got to be sad about this, or whatever the case is. But in this dream I had last night, it was interesting. I was like a different person or something. I was visiting somewhere. It was like China or something, honestly, even though I had my car with me, so I'm not sure how that worked. But, I just remember being so free and enjoying myself and like so clear-headed. And I guess the bottom line is like, it kind of made me realize like it's all in your head, right? You got to just let go. Like I was happy in this dream because I was allowing myself to have the capacity to be happy. And it kind of opened my mind, right? It was like I didn't have all these thoughts of like this person or this breakup or this attachment, right? I was just happy in the dream, and it was like some weird stuff was happening. I was like jumping around this house, climbing around this house, and I was just feeling good. I remember at one point this like drone from like outer space, like some kind of like Elon Musk like SpaceX type of thing, it like came down from the sky and it dropped off this like carton of beer, and like me and like all these other random people I didn't know, we all got like super excited. We were like, oh, there's the space beer or whatever, and we like cracked that thing open, and we were just like drinking it right out of the stout or whatever, and we were just like having a good time. And at the end of it, I kind of packed up, I found my car, I knew it was time to come home. It was one of those like cinematic dreams where it's like you don't wake up abruptly. It almost like ends like sort of like a movie or something where you're like, all right, it's time to come home. And like the dream ended like as I was waking up, like in this very kind of movie like way. But yeah, I came awake. I awoken. I could feel my like consciousness, identity, and everything returning, and I suddenly felt all these like attachments and this like ego sort of flood back in my like current life situation, my desire for things to be a certain way, my baggage, everything from the past. It all came flooding back in, and I realized like it was like the grip was tightening again. And it just got me thinking there's like a big mental game going on, guys. I'm telling you, like we're not allowing ourselves to move forward, because to move forward is to be letting go of the past. And for whatever reason, we don't want to do it. We want to hold that grudge. We want to like prove that like all of our pain and the way that we've been living, even if it's subpar, we want to prove that it like meant something. and we're holding on to things. We're living out of fear. We're like living for our past and for our attachments instead of living for the sake of life and like feeling the moment and living and embracing what comes next. It really got me wanting to explore like sort of the Buddhist teachings a little bit more of like detachment and things, because I just remember in that dream I wasn't like not engaging with the world. I was just so in the present moment, and everything felt very like blissful. And yeah, we have to learn to let go and embrace just what is, I think. And I know it sounds cliche, but I think these tropes, they're prominent for a reason, right? You can, hear them, and it sounds like you understand. It's like just to let go and embrace the present and all this stuff. And you're like, yeah, that makes sense. But I think until you something happens where it's like maybe you like forget about your issues or something for a second, something draws you into the present moment. You can hear this stuff and it seems like you get it, but it's like you kind of don't until you actually feel it. You don't quite get it. And that's what this dream gave me. It was like this reprieve where I was like, oh, there's people out there who's like living totally different lives than me, where they're not thinking about this person. They're not thinking about these goals. They're not thinking about these attachments. They're just kind of like in the moment. And maybe that's where like, working through like traumas, and I don't like to get too much into that stuff, but maybe that's where like really following this path of detachment can be so powerful, because a lot of this stuff is just, it's pulling you into the past, and it's just making you like not want to let go of the past and the things that hurt you. Like living your current life in a self-destructive way, it's not proving those people wrong, and you don't want to do it for them. You want to do things for you. So yeah, I don't know, guys, short video, but I would just like, the thing that I kind of came away with all this was, it's just like, ask yourself, like, am I really at this point in time, if you're one of these people who's like wondering like, what do I do? How do I go forward? What do I do with my life? Or like, why can't I get over this thing that's bothering me? Just ask yourself, like, am I actually allowing myself to move forward, or am I trying to like wallow in this situation and like pick at it like a scab or something so it never has time to actually heal? Like, am I grasping at these old behavioral patterns as a way to anchor myself to the past? Because maybe you feel like if you stay in the past that you can like change things, or you can convince this person or that person that they were wrong for hurting you, or you can analyze what happened more and more, and you can come to like some greater understanding, and the more you think about it, the more it's gonna make more sense, and that's gonna make you feel the pain less or something. Or even that you don't have to face your fear of moving into the future. Maybe you're like anchoring yourself into the past with these attachments and this like reminiscing as a form of control, right? Because the whole world feels so out of our control sometimes. Like, you'll have these things happen to you, or you'll go through these things, you'll go through tough times, and it's kind of hard to accept that the world just keeps on marching forward no matter what. And you have to be able to go with the flow. You have to be able to just kind of keep moving forward. And when you just continue to reminisce about the past, just to think about this stuff nonstop and just get caught up in it, it's like you're not allowing yourself to actually move on. You're not allowing yourself to heal. I don't know. I don't want to keep reiterating myself, but it's like, yeah, it's kind of like a wound or something, and you don't let the wound heal by constantly looming over it and picking at it and thinking about it. You just kind of say, hey, that's a wound that needs to heal, and maybe I gotta like limp for a little bit, but I'm not gonna just constantly mess with it. I'm going to be trying to kind of live my life around that and move on the best I can and enjoy the aspects of my life that are good. And over time, that thing starts to get better. But yeah, by reminiscing nonstop and just thinking about this shit nonstop, it's like maybe you feel like you can kind of hide from the chaos and the shifting of the world by living in the past. But it's only causing you more pain and suffocation. You have to learn to swim. You have to learn to swim. And you have to embrace life as it comes and really ask yourself, like, how much pain and negativity and desire to change the past are you holding on to? Like, imagine if somebody came and they offered you a pill and said, if you take this, you could be happy again, but you would have to let go of your baggage and your sort of attachments and your desire and your grudges, and you have to be able to let go and actually be willing to be happy again without expectations that exactly who you want to love you or the thing that you want to happen, that person will love you or that thing will happen, right? If you could actually take that pill and come forward, would you actually want to take it, or would you continue to cling to this familiar safety of sort of a sinking ship where the situation's bad, but it's familiar and it's kind of comfortable in a way, even though it's a bad situation? So that's it, guys. Just something to think about. And yeah, just let go and take in what actually is. So that's going to be it for it today, guys. Like, subscribe, leave a comment. Thank you. Bye-bye.